What's going on, Cancer? My name is Vince. Welcome to 7D Tarot. If you are interested in scheduling your own personal reading with me, all the info you need is in the description box. Check out my wife's channel over at Empath Tarot. And if this message resonates, like, share, and subscribe. All right, so Cancer, we are going to do something totally new. At the end of each reading, I'm going to answer 3 questions for you guys. In order to get your questions featured, all you have to do is write them in the comment section. Write your question with a short and sweet background, keyword short and sweet. And I'll probably start doing this in the next 4 to 5 days, but I'm collecting questions as of right now. All the details will be pinned in the comment section. All right, so let's dive right in. We got the Sun, 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I see abundance. I see abundance coming into your life, more than you hoped for, more than you wished for, more than you wanted. Assumed, I should say, law of assumption. And because of this, I also see your life changing, but you do have to change a couple things in order for it to happen. You have to give something to get something, right? So right now, you are going to have more than enough. With the 6 of Pentacles, I can tell that not only are you going to be financially stable and doing well, but you're going to have enough to share, donate. And if there's someone you want to help right now, if you have a righteous cause, you're like, not only do I want to pay my bills off, but I want to pay my bills off and have a little bit of extra funds for the following reasons, help out your friends, family, or even just dedicate something to a charity. This energy is exactly what Spirit's talking about right now. Who better to represent money than you, Cancer? You know exactly how to spend it. Once you are rich, you're going to what? Tip everyone. You're going to be able to give some of your stuff away when you buy new stuff. That is the vibration. There's no holding on tight there, right? And I also see you monetizing something that's going to definitely bring a lot of passion into your life. So it's like you're going to be making money from something that you love doing. This is what you deserve. I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing tarot reads on YouTube. I would have been doing this for free anyway. I was giving my friends and family tarot reads anyway. I also monetize my passion for selling pet supplements. I love dogs. I sell pet supplements on Amazon.com. That's the pets. So it's like, this is doable, this is achievable, and it's not like you have to be a certain special somebody to do it. All you have to do is be in the receiving mode to get the messages from your angels and guides and from Spirit. That's exactly all you have to do. When I want to do the tarot reads, I was in a position where I had a bunch of retail businesses. Excuse me, my Amazon business, not the tarot reads, but my Amazon business is the first one before I was creating my first brand. And I was in a position where I had a bunch of retail businesses where there's nothing wrong with retail. Retail's great. But I was working like 14, 16 hours a day. So was Alicia. We barely saw each other and it was pretty crazy. And I realized this is not sustainable. Were we making money? Sure. But it's like, we were living to work rather than working to live, right? And that was an issue. So what do? We put ourselves in a state where we're able to hear the messages from our angels and guides, and that is how we pivoted to Amazon. Alicia felt that energy. Alicia meditated. Alicia put herself in a position where she's like, angels, guides, right now I am in the receiving mode. I don't want, hope, wish, or need anything, but I understand that what we're doing is not sustainable. So if there's any guidance that you want to bring me, I'm open to I have open ears, right? And she kept her, it's like almost like once you know you want something, it is our responsibility, the only responsibility you have, to put yourself in a position to be able to hear their message, because they cannot give you their message at a certain time. It's not going to be like, okay, 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to give you a call and tell you what to do. I wish, right? But you have to be able to put yourself in a position that when they do give you this message, you are aware of it. You don't have to worry about how they're giving you the message, how you're supposed to do this, do that, do that. These ideas, if you want to get scientific with it, will come to you, but they will only come to you when you're in the receiving mode. Very, very important. Why are we not getting these messages? You're asking yourself, well, what the heck? Where are these messages by now? Well, this is the problem 99.5% of us have, right? We are not in the receiving mode. What is not in the receiving mode? Living in fear, anxiety, stimulation, caught up in the matrix. Basically just, you feel like you're holding your breath, constantly bombarded with things, always distracted, never present, right? Sound familiar? I know it was for me. Barely hanging on, right? That is not the receiving mode. When that happens, we're chasing our own tail because we're just basically on autopilot, trying to stay afloat. And that is not fun. That's not fun for anybody, right? So right now, all you have to do is put yourself in a receiving mode. Your angels and guides are can't wait to tell you what to do, but they need you in that energy first. So what does that mean? How do you put yourself in the receiving mode? Okay, well, first step, stop thinking. What the heck does that mean? Well, right now, imagine a walkie-talkie. Now, how walkie-talkies work is there's two people here. Person A has to go hold the walkie-talkie to say hello, hello. Then they have to let go in order for the other person to speak back. If person A holds walkie-talkie down, says hello, hello, but doesn't let go, the other person, no matter how many times they try to speak, the channel is not clear until they let go. Now that we know the walkie-talkie analogy, same thing with thoughts. If you are thinking, you're holding this down. So you want to think, let go, right? For example, right now, as I'm giving this reading, I am not thinking, I'm just speaking. You are able to speak and not think at the same time. Same thing goes if you're having conversations. Say if you're at work and you're talking to someone. Usually what happens is when they are talking, when someone speaks back to us, we are already thinking of what to say next. That's just one example. Don't do that. Just listen to them and think of the walkie-talkie. I always picture myself, anytime I'm thinking, letting go of the walkie-talkie, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta stop thinking. Boom, right? Visualizations. These are just little baby steps. You got this, Cancer. Like these are just little baby steps you could do to figure out what is going on in our life. All right, so moving on. Two of Swords, King of Cups, Two of Cups, and the World. Very interesting energy. I see someone coming into your life that's romantic. I see someone coming into your life that's going to treat you like the queen, the king that you are. I see someone coming into your life that really understands that relationships are two-way streets. Relationships are partnerships. Relationships are, it's like you give and you take, right? It's not a one-way street. And this person, whoever this is, they also have gone through their ups and downs in life, learned their lessons, been in relationships that weren't good, may have potentially even been divorced, and right now they know what they don't want and what they do want. This is beautiful energy because I feel like you are in your place right now in your life where you're welcoming this energy as well. You guys are matching up in spirit, a divine timing is happening and everything is working out for you guys. I see this person wears their heart on their sleeve, and I see that the energy that I pick up from them is that they too are a true empath, and they also absorb energy. And I feel like you guys are definitely going to connect more on a spiritual level as well. Beautiful energy. Now, it doesn't mean because they're spiritual, they're not going to be financially doing well. Doesn't mean that they're not going to be physically doing well. Spirituality gets such a bum rap. Whenever we think of spirituality, we have a certain image. Okay, now look at me. I got my beads on, but do I look like I am not, strong, or do I look like I am not, I try, Alicia and I always say one thing. We're always like, make spirituality look cool. Remember Men in Black, guys? Do you remember? Always like, I make this look good. We try to make spirituality look good. We want you to know that you, the coolest person, the toughest person, whatever is going on in this world that we have a certain mind state on, the coolest person in the world understands what spirituality is, because once you connect to your higher self, once you true spirituality, everything becomes effortless. And all of a sudden, you don't have this ego, you don't have this persona to act a certain way. And when you don't act a certain way, when you are yourself, that's when you're truly cool. At the end of the day, what is cool? Being cool is not acting as, a snobby or trying to be tough or any of that, because people see through that BS. You can smell it, right? You can just like, oh, what's this guy doing? But when you're yourself, when you are silly, I find being silly cool. I find someone who acts the way they do, dress the way they want, but that confidence of being themselves cool. And that's the energy that I pick up from both you guys. I feel like because you're going to be yourself, the other person is going to be wooed and impressed. And it's just beautiful energy. I'm so happy for you. Now, you may potentially meet this person while you're traveling. You got the World card here, which is very, very interesting. So if anyone offers you anything as far as, hey, I got some tickets, do you want to go with me? Or, if your boss says we got a business trip coming up, or if something comes up in your life, say all of a sudden, you get this inclination that you should be doing something, even if it's a getaway for the weekend, even if it's a day trip out on the, for whatever, just throughout the day, just be in the receiving mode, be open to this. Look for these signs, because I do feel like potentially with the World card, you are supposed to be meeting this person while you travel, which is interesting. Now, you also got the Two of Swords here. So I see now is the time for you to take off the blindfold. Really, take a look at this card. The Moon is your shadow. The Two Swords are fear and anxiety. And then you have the blindfold, which is blindfolding your intuition. So right now, Spirit is telling you to let go, take off the blindfold, put down the swords, fear and anxiety, address the moon, look at the moon, throw light on the moon, throw light on that shadow, address the shadow. If you have any doubts, fears, everything, Take care of them now before this person, this special somebody enters your life, so you can connect with them. You can actually be in the present moment as we spoke of, right? Because again, if you're worried about how you look, how you feel, all these things before you meet this person, the attention you give them is going to be limited, but be you. Trust me, they're going to like you for who you are. Physical appearance is great and all, but it's really vibrations. Trust me on that. I would take vibrations 1,000,000 times over physical appearance any day. I don't care. Eye candy is great and all, but we've all seen eye candy. It's just like great. But when you meet someone's soul and you pick up on their vibes, ooh, that's tingly. All right, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Remember, if you want your question answered, write it down in the comment section. I love you. Until next time, ciao.